I had the honor of addressing an extraordinary meeting of leaders from the G20 countries. My message was threefold. We must fight, unite, and ignite. Fight to stop the virus with every resource at our disposal. Unite to confront the pandemic together. We are one humanity with one common enemy. No country can fight alone. We can only fight together. And ignite the industrial might and innovation of the G20 to produce and distribute the tools needed to save lives. The chronic global shortage of personal protective equipment is now one of the most urgent threats to our collective ability to save lives. We're delighted to announce that today in Norway and Spain, the first patients will shortly be enrolled in the Solidarity trial, which will compare the safety and effectiveness of 4 different drugs or drug combinations against COVID-19. This is a historic trial.
For most people is a very mild infection, most young people. But for a significant minority of people between the age of 20 and 60, this is a significant infection. And if you listen to people who are interviewed on the media, the one thing I've seen again and again and again from people, adults who've got this, and young adults, and they keep looking at the camera and saying, this is not flu.
What works is case finding, is contact tracing, is mobilizing your population and communicating with your population. It's making sure that you have arrangements in place so that people who need to be cared for can be, so that healthcare workers are protected, so that PPE is used appropriately and that they're saved for frontline workers and utilized by those that need it most. So your answer to can this be controlled is yes.
It is important that when we look at these numbers rising, part of that rise in numbers is increased detection due to better testing. And we need to be careful that we don't punish people for testing. Having a larger number means I know where the virus is better.
People understand to limit their individual freedom if it's for the betterment of the society and when it's for a short period. So it's a dialogue that should continue between the government and the community.
But there are times when the good of community and the good of the population is something that we're in a crisis, and it is much better through, as the DG said, through trust and community engagement, that individuals are prepared to offer a little piece of individual sovereignty in order to support the community. It's the selflessness of the one to help the many. But that must be a temporary gift.